Hi, welcome to the second episode of still this nameless project. We are in a different location today, which is kind of scary, but because I've not been here before. With the last location, I already filmed something there, although it didn't go well. We're pretty close to my house now. This is a kind of a school, recreational center kind of thing. It's 3 at night now. There's no one around. Again, all alone, I hope. This light that I turn on is very handy, but it's very dark without it. And there's a timer that I clicked on, I guess for people that want to work out here at night or read poems. So it's good for me. So it might go out and I'll have to run over there, turn it on again. But that will only happen once, I presume, unless this is a weirdly long video. I was gonna sit at the school that I talked about last time with the no signal thing on the beamer. I took a picture of that, so I'll put that in here, or on the other side somewhere here. You can see it now, what I was talking about. But thank you for checking in again. We're in a lovely place again. I got some lovely poems lined up. I got 3 to go. Excuse me, I got them in 2 separate notepads actually, because one of them is quite long, but it was in an older notepad of mine. I'm thinking, can I put the camera somewhere now that's better than last time? Because I want to get started with the first poem. But I don't think so, so I'll just hold it. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing quite well. Today's been a busy day. And busy days aren't always good, but this one was. Oh, excuse me. Alright, we're going to get started on our first poem of the night, which is called Last Ride. And funnily enough, it is about a man on the bus, and he's riding home with the last bus, which we saw happening. Well, we didn't see it, but we saw the last bus in the previous episode, so it's kind of fun. I said then I'll write a poem about that, or I need to write a poem about that, and I did. I wrote a little poem about that, so I'm going to share it with you now. Here we go. Last Ride. Broken up against the glass sits a man being carried away with the last bus of the night. Away from the noise, the people, the glasses, everything no longer glimmers as he passes. Even the string of light seems hazy from behind the glass. He mourns his sober self and drinks some more to forget about it. In his world, hours bleed into days with ease. Conversations never really seem to happen, and the last time for anything is always too long ago. His life nowadays takes place in a cloud of smoke, far away like a film playing in a waiting room, with the screen too small and the volume too low for any immersion. He's just waiting around for someone to call his name. Yeah, a little character study like poem. Again, if I'm looking around weird, it's just because of the place. There's 2 bicycle lanes, one that goes that way, one that goes that way. And people might bike past, and I hope they just do exactly that, just bike past, not stop and be like, hey, that'll be less fun. I think now is a good time to turn that timer a little bit more to the right. Yeah, let's do that. Excuse me. Okay, no stress. I thought it was just 15 minutes, but it can go up to 90. So we're good for like 3 videos. It is a very bright light, so I can't see the stars in any way. I wonder if the people that like would bike past or walk past now are the kind of people from my story or from my poem, you know. Oh, I think I saw like a little ferret-like mammal in the distance. Yeah, but I mean, what kind of people are out there, you know, at a time like this? People like me, weirdos that are like filming something. Yeah, and the rest of the people, I don't think I would want to be in their shoes. Maybe it's interesting for a night, but I assume if you're out this late, like one time when I filmed that first video, not the one that you seen, but the one that you didn't see, that I filmed at that location, I was biking home and there was this guy and he basically stopped me, like he blocked the bicycle path with his bike and he was like, do you have a lighter? Do you have a lighter? Yeah. I could have had so much cash in my pockets, and I think that dude only wanted a lighter just so he get one more hit. That was interesting, but I just biked past. I just pretended like I didn't hear him or something. I did acknowledge him. I think I just did that, and I had headphones on, so that's a better excuse. Yeah. I'm glad I can get home. That was weird. I'm glad I can just go home in a bit, just lay in my own bed. I'm very grateful for that, to have a roof above my head, 3 meals a day, that kind of stuff. You don't really realize how important that is, or how essential. Well, you know, it's essential, but like how easy it is to not have that all of a sudden. Yeah. Alright, I'm thinking about which poem I should read next. Either the one from the black notebook or the one from the brown notebook. What is my gut saying? I didn't prepare this today. I just kind of went out there on a whim. That's fun as well. We can improvise. I'll go with the black one. Switching it up. There we go. Oh, this is kind of a continuation of the poem that I read in the last video. Here we go. Questions I ask myself. Why can't I ever watch the snow fall from my bedroom window and be content? Why do I always feel the need to record it, take a picture, capture it in a poem or song? Why can't I wake up in the middle of the night and start writing a really good story? Why can't I slave away in the white glow and wake up the next morning proud of what I made? Why can't I live in a film where I make songs in my bedroom softly strumming my guitar? Why can't I be watched, remembered, or romanticized by others? For if they would, maybe I could too. Why do I recognize the parts of myself I hate in everything I make? Why can't I be more and less of me at the same time? Why can't I write a script, a manual for how to live my life, and stick to it forever? Why does my mirror lie to me, and cameras uncover the truth? Why can't I live in posters and band shirts? Why can't I live on sites? Why can't I be the footprints in the snow instead of the person walking through it? Why can't I exist outside of everything? Why can't I disappear into the things I make, but only those parts of it that feel like they don't belong to me? Only those parts that I can't connect with. Yeah, that's an older one. That's why it's in a different notebook. I wrote that one after seeing a really good film. I'm trying to the title to memorize it. What was it? Something with fair. We're all going to the fair at the world's end or something like that. Oh man, that was a good film. It's really about like digital, like living in a digital world growing up, and well, that's what this poem is about mostly. Yeah, good film. I'd check it out if I was you. Terrifying as well at some points, but really interesting. Someone open a window? Does someone want to listen in on my poems? They're welcome, you know. All the skinwalkers walking about, they could just line up here like a bunch of kids, sit in that, you know, kind of. Oh, you can't see that, I think. The crossed legs, and listen to my poems. That'd be nice. It's a shame I can't sit comfortably in this, but the backdrop, I imagine, is really cool. Yeah, I should just quickly check the camera and the timer of the light. Okay. Again, it might be the problem that I'm out of focus when I'm sitting here. Slightly out of focus. I'm sorry about that if that's the case. I can't check it. That's the problem. Okay, not to worry. We're still good for another 80 minutes. I think in 80 minutes I'll be laying in my bed, but yeah, we're good with light. Got my own like set light. You know, you for an LED light, like if you want to be on set and you want to have a light to put down to light the scene, like the bigger the light, the more expensive. You got this one, just for free. Look at how lit I am. Not pretty, like the way it's lit, but it's a light. You know, yesterday I binged the new season of The World of Gumball. It's called The Wonderfully Weird World of Gumball now, I think. And it used to be called The Amazing World of Gumball. And now I have this, what do you call that? When you remember something differently from what it was. The Mandela effect, where it's like, it always was The Wonderful World of Gumball. You're telling me it was The Amazing World of Gumball? I think that's a new Mandela effect that I discovered. But no, I was binging that season, and there's one song in it. It's really good. I mean, I love the intro and the outro theme of that show. Excuse me, I'm making weird sounds. But that song that the characters sing for like 2 minutes is really good, but it's stuck in my head. It's really annoying. It's called Leap Before I Look. That's why I leap before I look. Shit, is that copyright? Oh, a bat. That's cool. I've also tried to write, where did the bat go? A poem about a bat. I had a beginning of it. Maybe I should read that too, like a half poem. Yeah, that could be fun. Yeah, why not? And then we'll get to the last one. It's on my phone. It's not in my fancy notebook. Actually, all my poems are normally on my phone, on my laptop, and I just write them down because I think it's nicer to read from like a notebook than from my phone, but I haven't gotten the time yet for this one. Alright, this is a weird poem. It's kind of like a half thought, half poem. I mean, my poems aren't really poems anyway. They're just like strings of texts and thoughts. But here's a half bat poem. The bat whizzes by in my dreams and gives wrong answers to questions I didn't mean to ask, leaving them unanswered. His coat is black with ink, and the darkness spills out from him as he spins and whirls above me. I try to make my way out of the tar, but I am consumed. Yeah, it's some Edgar Allan Poe shit, but it's my poem. You know, I've been playing a lot of basketball recently with friends. A few days ago, we just found a ball, and it wasn't a basketball per se, but it was like a football with a lot of grip and bounce to it. And the school that I talked about before with the no signal beamer, there's a one of those. What do you call those? The ring, the net, and one of those. They got a basketball ring, maybe. I think that's what I'll call it. They got it at that school, and we used to go there like years ago and play basketball with a different ball and different friends. Yeah, it was an iron one, like instead of like rope or whatever it is. Well, this one doesn't have any assisted ring, but it was iron. But it was so fun, and then we did it every night. And one day we walked over there, and there was a goal like right underneath it, like a football goal, and on the other side of the school there was also a goal. So they just installed those, but in the most inconvenient place ever, and we were so mad, but we couldn't do anything about it. You know, we tried to like pull it out. It was like metal, so it's like deeply sunk in the ground. So we gave up on basketball for a while, and now we got the idea again because they installed a new one in a place where there's not a goal directly beneath it. So I've been playing a lot of basketball recently. Well, a lot, like the last 4 nights. Yeah, shooting some hoops. It's fun to do. I said it to a friend. Basketball is really the way that we do it. We don't like dribble and try to jump and we're just kind of doing free throwing. So you throw the ball, and then the next person catches it as soon as possible, like after it hit the wall or went through the hoop. Well, if it goes through the hoop, you go back to start point again. But if you don't score, then a person after you has to like get it as soon as possible, and from that point that he caught it, he throws, and then the person, and yeah, like that. So it's just kind of free throwing like that. It's really fun though. And I was saying, it's very addicting, weirdly enough. Like every time that thing goes through, and the sound of the net is really nice. It's like I don't know, I can't do it, but it sounds so good. That'll look less suspicious, you know, if I'm just like contemplating my life. Yeah, so basketball, fun. It's good to go outside again with the boys, you know, and outside of like going somewhere. Yeah, because we normally just nowadays, we used to just go outside as kids and play all afternoon, and now we just kind of go to each other's house and game. So now we got something again to do outside. And I think it's time for our last poem, which is also about activities outside, sport-wise even. Sorry if this is making my voice very soft because it's farther away. Because this is the most important point, of course, when I'm reading a poem. So I hope you can actually hear me during that part. Again, sorry for any technical issues. This one's called Out Swimming. Counting heartbeats from underneath the surface, as a deep heart shell keeps me comfortably numb. My burning chest pounds of the pressure inside. Yellow lines stretch just above the surface. Where have all of the dot-shaped people gone? I left behind a towel and one pair of shoes with my keys buried deep in the sand. I fill my head with water and hope I don't float back, although I'm not feeling blue yet. From the pit of the unseen, I get a feeling I might make it back. Yeah, that was the last poem. I like that one. It's a nice one. I think I say that after every poem. Just a little awkward, so I'm like, oh, I like that one. Do you like it? Yeah. Ooh, we've been sitting here for a while now. Almost hitting that 20 minutes again, huh? Yeah, I've been really enjoying doing these videos. Like, at first it's really scary just setting up the camera and finding a spot and checking if no one's passing by. But once I get in that flow, yeah, it's just relaxing. Yeah. And I'm not really worried about anything. I'm always worried when recording other stuff. Like, oh, does it sound good? Does it look good? Do I always say the right things? And of course, like, I'm a little bit like that still. Like, afterwards, I look over it and look through it if there's anything weird, and there is. But still, I feel at ease. I'm not like sweating and like, oh, gotta turn it off quickly and then do another take of this. I can just sit down and, just like last time, just in one go, just do it all. And I think I'll try and do it from this point on, just like that, just uncut. Yeah. Again, if I'm yapping about videos too much, these videos, sorry about that. Let's just enjoy the surroundings. You know what I'll do? I'll describe my surroundings, because this lens is 50 millimeters. For the film nerds, again, it's really... So you can only see me, the green, and the basketball hoop, I presume. Right above there, I see a light. It's one of the two lights. Yeah, one of the two lights that turns on when I click the dial. And there's like little flies kind of hovering underneath it, and they almost look like dust particles because they're so kind of lost and free, and they're just fine hanging out by the light, I guess. They're not really worried about who's the closest to it. There's some green, there's some other playground thingies. The lights are still on here. I don't think you can see that. No, it's just some light bulbs and a few benches, and then inside, like right above the door, there's a light on, but for this it's dark. And all the way down there's lights on, but I also think you can see that. Some flowers, some parking spots. There's a really big flower pot, bowl, whatever you call that. I hear the sounds of a frog. Either two cats fighting or a frog having a nightmare. Yeah, and then there's like these workout machines, and I'm sitting on one of them. What is this actually? It's rowing. So should I work out, guys? Should I do it right now? We're gonna turn this away from poems. We're gonna do workout videos now. Yeah, and that's where I'm sat. My bike sitting right there. The keys are still in, so I can get out of here quickly if I need to. And there's a little circle-shaped thingy, brick with a tree on the inside of it, in the middle of it. A little like a fountain, but instead of water, it's nature. It's grass and greens and a tree. Maybe I'll sit on that next time. That's also kind of a cool spot. But this background, I think it's really cool. I wish I brought my ball, because I have the ball that we use for basketball. It's my ball. I could just throw some hoops here in the background. But I hope you can see those flies, because they're really nice looking. Yeah. And that's about it. Maybe one last thing before I go. If you're watching this, you're not me nervously looking over this footage, or my significant other. Yeah, I hope you're doing well. I hope you enjoy these videos. I hope the things in your life are coming at you at a steady pace and with enough space to breathe between them. Roll with the punches, do what you love, and I'm going to stop giving advice now because it's sounding cringy, but I hope you're doing well, and I hope things are manageable. And that was it. Thank you for joining me. We'll be back next week, maybe in a new location. Maybe I'll return to that parking lot or this place, but I'd like to do something new every week. And that'll be it. Thank you again. I'm heading out. I'm going to go to bed. Maybe you should too. You know, if it's late at night, this is your not your wake-up call, your go-to-sleep call. It's late. You can go to sleep. All right, that'll be it. Bye-bye.